Okay, so Sandra made a model of a tent she plans on making with her Girl Scout troop. What is the volume of the model tent that Sandra made? Um, Second, I do. Avery's gonna be famous on the video, guys. Okay, so again, Sandra made a model tent, a model of a tent she plans on making her with her Girl Scout troop. What is the volume of the model tent that Sandra made? So let's. What kind of question is this? It's a volume question. Volume of a what? So we see what shape first. What shape is here? So it's a triangular, and it's either a prism or pyramid. Which one is it? It's a prism. It has the rectangle sides and the triangle bases. So this is the volume of a prism. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the formula volume equals area of the base times the height. Now, if you don't know this formula by heart, that's okay. You're given a formula chart in which this formula is included. So you just got to go down to where it says prisms and then write the formula down. So the key here is that capital B. It doesn't just mean base, it means area of the base. What kind of base do we have? We have a triangular base. So how do I find area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2. Thank you. So this capital B actually means base times height divided by 2 times the height of the prism. So let's look at the triangle first. Let's look at this only right here. Okay. What is the base of this base? 4. What is the height of this base? 3. And we divide that by 2. Do we need this 5 here? No. Do we need this 5 here? No. That's the slant height. That's the height of the slant. We don't want that. We want the height that is perpendicular to the base here. We want it from the bottom to the top on a right angle. And so that's a 3. Then the base of my triangle is a 4. The only number that's left to use as the height of my prism is what? What number is left? The 15. Now, you may be wondering, how is that the height? Well, the thing is, if this is the base and I was to turn it onto its base, what would happen to that 15? It'd be straight up and down, right? So that 15 is your height. So volume equals 4 times 3 divided by 2 times 15. What is 4 times 3? 12, right? 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 15 is, okay, so the volume is equal to 90 centimeters cubed. Number 2, a block of wood is shaped like a rectangular prism. The volume of the block is 6,336 cubic inches. The area of the base of the block is 352 square inches. What is the height of the block in inches? So this question, they give us the volume. Anytime you're given the volume, you have to work what? You have to work backwards, okay? So we start with the formula. It says the volume of a block is shaped like a rectangular prism. So the formula we're using is volume equals area of the base times the height. Using the formula for volume of a prism. Okay? They give us some information. They give us the fact that the volume is 6,336. So I put for the V 6,336. Do I need to zoom in a little bit? And then for the, what else did they give us? The area of the base. So where the capital B is, I can just write what number? 352, and then I bring down the H. So now we have a one-step equation. We have 6,336 equals 352 times the height. So what do I do to solve this? I have to divide, because again, we're working backwards, and 352 next to the H means multiplication. So 352 times H, the inverse is to divide. So we divide by 352. Okay, so what is 6,336 divided by 352? 18? Okay, so the height is equal to 18. Now, just to make sure we understand what's happening, like to give it context, if I put this 18, let's say we have 352 times 18, what does that give me? 6,336, right? What if I had 6,336 and then I didn't know the area of the base, but I knew that the height was 18? What would be the area of the base? When I solved it, what would I get? 352. So you just have to be able to manipulate the formula a little bit, so it makes sense. So number three, a triangular pyramid has, I'm sorry, a triangular pyramid and its dimensions are shown in the diagram below. What is the volume of the triangular pyramid? So how do I get volume of any pyramid? Good. So area of the base times height divided by 3. Okay. So let me move this paper up a little bit. Now that capital B means area of the base. If I have a triangular pyramid, what kind of base do I have? A triangle. How do I find area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to rewrite this as base times height divided by 2 times the height of the pyramid, and we take that whole thing and divide it by 3. So sometimes they give us, like, let's say they gave us this number right here and it's 12. Let's say they try to trick us and they give us 3 numbers for the triangle. Okay, so the way to solve that is you take the angle. So we have the right angle here in the corner. You draw a line away from it. What is that line called? The hypotenuse. You do not need that number when you're solving for area of a triangle. You need it for Pythag, but you don't need it for area of a triangle. You don't need that number. You need the base and the height, which was the 9 and the 9 that they gave us. So when I fill in my formula, I can put in 9 times 9 divided by 2 times the height of what? Good. So the height of my pyramid is inside, again, perpendicular to the base on a right angle. It is times 15. And then we divide the whole thing by 3. What is 9 times 9? 81 divided by 2 is, what is it? 40 and a half. Okay. So 40 and a half times 15. 600 and what? 607.5. Okay. We take that and divide by 3. So what is that? 202 and a half. Okay. So the volume equals 202.5 inches cubed. Okay, so number 4 is the same type of problem. We won't do that one together because we just gave an example. Let's go to number 5. Okay. So if you're watching the video, you probably can't see the words, but I mean, you have the paper in front of you. So Brian used a glass shaped like a cylinder to drink juice every morning. The dimensions of the glass are shown below. If Brian only had enough juice to fill half of the glass, what would be the volume of the juice in the glass? So first of all, what type of problem are we dealing with here? What volume of a cylinder, right? So on your formula chart, look for the formula for volume of a cylinder. What is it? Area of the base times height. Okay. So volume of a cylinder is area of the base times height. Do we need to divide by 3? No, it's just area of the base times height. Good. So what kind of base do I have on a cylinder? So for area of the base, I'm going to put the area of a circle. How do I get area of a circle? Good. So pi times the radius squared, and then times the height of the cylinder. Okay, so we can all solve it, What's that extra step they're asking us to do? It says you can only fill it what? Halfway. So what do we have to do once we get our answer? Divide by 2. Good. So let's go ahead. Let's look at the area of a circle. We have the circle at the top. It gives us the diameter of 4. What's my radius? 2. So it'll be pi 2 squared times, what's my height? 6. So it'll be pi times 2 squared times 6. 2 squared is 4. So pi times 4. And then that answer times 6. What is that? 75.4. Is she correct? So volume equals 75.4 centimeters cubed. Am I done? No, his juice only goes halfway. So how much juice does he actually, how much of the volume does he actually take up? 37.7. So the answer is 37.7 centimeters cubed. Okay, number 6, same type of problem, except you got to subtract at the end. We're going to go to number 7 because that's a bit different. What kind of problem is this? What shape is that? Not a circle, sphere. Okay, there's a 3D. It's like a 3D circle, I guess. Sphere. So Joseph received a new soccer ball for his birthday. The ball has a diameter of 4 inches. What is the volume? So how do I find volume of a sphere? Good. 4/3. So volume equals 4/3 pi radius cubed. So the formula is pretty much done for us. All we have to do is find what? What is the only thing we have to find in that formula? The radius. So the diameter is 4. What's my radius? 2. Good. So it'll be volume equals 4/3 pi 2 cubed. What is that? $33.5. Is she correct? Yes, no, maybe so. So we got 33.5 and then 16.75. Who's right? 4/3 pi 2 cubed. You got 2 squared. 33.49, so we'll make it 33.5. Can I see your calculator? Just for the purposes of the video, when we put this in, can you guys see that at all? Okay, so you probably can't see the screen, but what you can see is once it's time to put the cubed, I have to hit this button here, and then I put 3. Okay, so this button is called the caret button, right next to the x squared. Okay, it's the caret button. You want to hit that and then put 3, and that'll give you third, or that'll give you any exponent. You can put it to the 100th power, whatever. You put that caret button, and you can hit the number 3, and then enter. Okay, so the answer is 33.5 inches cubed. All right, so the next type of question we have is a what? A cone. How do I find volume of a cone? Area of the base times height divided by 3. Good. So volume equals area of the base times height divided by 3. What kind of base is on a cone? A circle. So it's going to be volume equals pi radius squared times the height divided by 3. So a cone is 1/3 of a what? What has that same exact formula except it doesn't divide by 3? Cylinder. The cylinder is pi r squared times height. The cone is 1/3 of that. Pi r squared times pi r squared times height divided by 3. Okay, so what is my radius for this cone? 3. So volume equals pi 3 squared. What's the height of my cone? Times 7, good. And then we divide by 3. So what is that? 65.94. And then you got 66. Did y'all use the pi button or 3.14? So you just took the same answer, but you rounded it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and be as specific as possible. We'll go to the hundredths place. So it's 66 point what? 66.94. Okay. So okay, sorry. So volume equals 65.94 inches cubed. Now, Monster rounded to 66. That's okay, especially if you have answer choices. 66 will probably be there. Or if he got 65.94 and he rounded to 66 and he looked at the answer choices, he would just choose the one that was super close to his answer. So it's all good. Okay, so let's see. We got a cone, cylinder, cone. All right, so we're good to go. You guys can do the rest of it. I gave an example of each type of problem. If you have any questions, let me know, and then we'll go from there.